today with Seth Johnson, women's swimming coach at St. Bonaventure. And Coach, let's take a look back at the first semester now that we're heading into the winter break, at least from classes. Assess your team's performance through the first semester's worth of meets.
We've been solid. I've been very happy with our effort and where we've been at. We're just coming off the Akron Invitational, which is really kind of our mid-season barometer on where we're at. And I was very happy with how we raced, where our times are at this time of the season. We're right on par with where we need to be to really peak at the Atlantic 10 Championships in February.
Now looking ahead, you've got, after the Christmas vacation, the team heads south to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Talk about the tradition of that trip for those who aren't aware of it and what it means to the team.
For all college swimming teams, it's a time to get away from campus, spend a little time together, exclusively. Even though you're on campus in a college atmosphere, you're in dorms, you've got people that are in different areas of the campus. This is our time to really be together for 9 or 10 days, really to spend time as a team and get some great training in. We don't have any distractions. There's no classes. There's no family around. We're the only family that's there, and it's really a time to get some great training. It's kind of the last little bit of just kind of our last little push before we go into the second semester, because once we're back to classes, our focus shifts towards the Atlantic 10 Championships.
Now tell us where you're headed in Florida, what type of facility you'll be training at, and then also what are your goals as the head coach for your swimmers on that trip, both in and out of the pool?
We're heading down to Fort Lauderdale. We train at a private school down there, which is great. We get exclusive rights to the pool for practice times. We're not sharing the pool. They have a weight room that's very similar to ours here, so we can take all of our weight training programs down there, and it's very applicable. But other than really getting some great training in the pool and in the weight room, we want to spend time as a team. We want to be able to spend that time together, really bond together, get the girls in a tight-knit community. I mean, they're not just training together, lifting together. They're going on the beach together. They're cooking meals. They've got to organize meals. They've got to do some things that you don't normally have to do, on a campus, and it makes you spend a little bit more time together. And that's our goal. That we want to really bring the team together, both training-wise and socially together for that last little push before we get to 8-10s.
Now you do have a long break from competition in between meets, as you mentioned, the Akron Invitational wrapping up a couple of weeks ago, and then you don't have another meet until the middle of January. How do you keep the team's competitive edge in between that time?
I mean, swimming is a sport where you race a lot. You're racing in practice, you know where you're at time-wise. We'll get up on the blocks a little bit more than we would normally for during the season, because we don't have meets. We'll get up and race when we're down in Florida. We'll swim our sinus. We'll put a meet together with them, and we'll get up in the blocks down there also to make sure that we're keeping that edge. But yeah, it's a long break, and that's why we schedule those 4 meets before we get to 8-10s. But on the flip side, not having meets is also a great opportunity for training, and not having to be distracted by what's coming up on Saturday or who we're swimming on Saturday, but being able to exclusively focus on what we need to get done training-wise to set ourselves up for 8-10s.
Let's talk about that exactly, setting yourself up for 8-10s. What do you think your team needs to do to be in the best position come the February 19th when the 8-10s start?
We need to take care of business. We are as talented as some of the top teams in our conference, but we have a tendency to be inconsistent at times, I think. And we did a great job of that in Akron. That was our focus at Akron, was get your mind right going into it. Even though it's not a championship meet, it's a dress rehearsal for 8-10s, and we want to treat it as that. Even though we're not wrestling for it, we want to treat it as how we prepare ourselves, how we're mentally preparing ourselves, warming up, cooling down, physically preparing ourselves for races. We want it to be a dress rehearsal. We want to get our mind right. We want to swim fast in finals, get ourselves in positions in prelims, swim fast in finals, and we did a great job of that. I think the best that we've ever done. And now we have a young team that has a year of experience, and I think some of those inconsistencies are starting to iron themselves out now. And if we go into a meet and we swim up to our potential and everyone's race, we'll be just fine. The only issue that we have maybe had in the past is that we're good one race and we're we have a little bit of a mental lapse in another race. But we need people to be sharp, you know, throughout the entire weekend, and that's what our focus is, both mentally and physically right now as we prepare.
Coach, thanks for your time. Have a good trip to Florida.
Thank you.